Assalamualaikum, I am from Group 12 and I will begin our presentation with the introduction. Vehicular emission in urban areas significantly contribute to air pollution, affecting public health and quality of life. Motor vehicles release harmful gases such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide and fine particulate matter PM2.5, which worsen air quality. Next, I will explain hazard identification. Vehicular emission produce pollutants that pose risk to both human health and environment. The main pollutants include toxic gases such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. Fine particulate matter like PM2.5 and PM10, which can penetrate deep into the lung. Volatile organic compounds, which are chemicals that contribute to ground-level ozone formation. These pollutants cause various health and environmental effects, including irritation of the eyes, nose and throat, respiratory problems such as asthma and bronchitis, chronic disease like heart disease and lung cancer, and ground-level ozone pollution, which can damage plants and buildings.
Hi, I will be covering the exposure assessment for our study. This part focuses on how much people in urban areas are exposed to air pollution from vehicles. We look at common pollutants like nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and particulate matters which are mainly released from car and motorbike. To estimate exposure, we use GIS mapping to identify high traffic zones and areas where many people live or pass through, like school, intersections, and city center. We also consider time patterns such as rush hour and look at vulnerable groups like children and the elderly who are more affected by pollutions. The result shows that areas close to busy roads have significantly higher exposure level, especially during peak hours. This kind of exposure can lead to serious health risks, which highlight the importance of traffic planning, emission control, and encouraging cleaner transport options.
So, today I will talk about the impacts of vehicular air pollution in urban areas. So, the first one is harmful pollutants. Harmful pollutants like PM2.5, PM10, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide and volatile organic compounds can affect human health. PM particles can cause asthma, bronchitis, heart disease and even premature death. Nitrogen dioxide increase the risk of infections, especially in children and the elderly. Carbon dioxide reduce oxygen in the blood, and volatile organic compounds like benzene can cause cancer with long-term exposure. Studies show that a 10 microgram per meter cubic increase in PM2.5 raise cardiovascular death risk by 6 to 30%. In Malaysia, higher asthma cases were reported on days with high PM10 and nitrogen dioxide. Vulnerable groups include children, the elderly, and people with chronic illness. Environmentally, air pollution damages plants, reduces photosynthesis, and causes acid rain, which harms soil and water. In conclusion, vehicular emission harm both people and nature, and action is needed to reduce their impact. Thank you.
I will talk about risk characterization. There are 5 points that I will include in my presentation today, in my slide. The first one is vehicular emission. Vehicular emission are a major contributor to urban air pollution, driven by rapid urbanization and increased traffic. Second, exposure is highest in densely populated areas, particularly near roads and during peak traffic hour. Even commuters inside vehicle can inhale polluted air through ventilation system. Thirdly, urban air pollution from vehicle is a major public health threat, leading to thousands of hospitalization and avoidable death each year. The fourth is air pollution from vehicular emission pose a significant risk to urban population. Vehicle release pollutants such as nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, particulate matter, and hydrocarbon, which degrade air quality and harm human health. Lastly, children, the elderly, and people with pre-existing health conditions are particularly vulnerable. Health impacts are often more severe in cities with poor traffic regulation, weak emission controls, and limited green spaces.
Next, mitigation and management measure. First, promotion of public and active transport. The strategy is encourage citizens to use public transport, which is bus and train, and engage in active community. For example, is cycling and walking. Explanation: reduce dependence of private vehicle, which are a major source of CO, NO2, and PM. This shift lower emission and promotes cardiovascular health. Next, second, implementation of air quality monitoring system. Strategy: establish dense sensor network for real-time air quality data and forecasting model. Explanation allow authorities to anticipate pollution spike and take preventive action. Also increase public awareness and responsiveness. The last one is urban planning and green infrastructure. The strategies redesign cities to include more green space, encourage walking or cycling, and limit private car use. The explanation is reduce emission, support biodiversity, mitigate heat islands, and promotes better mental and physical health.
Regulatory and policy framework. There are three main points that I will include in my slide today. There is emission standards, vehicle inspection and maintenance, and also enforcement and public awareness. For the emission standard, there are 3 points that I will talk about. First point is set legal limits on pollutant emitted by vehicle. For example, particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, and carbon monoxide. Second point is aligned with international norms like Euro standards and US EPA tier levels. Third point is applied to both light and heavy duty vehicle. My second main point is vehicle inspection and maintenance. Regular emission checks ensure vehicle remain within legal limit. Non-compliant vehicles are fined, repaired, and deregistered, and also ensure long-term emission controls from in-use vehicle. My third and last main point is enforcement and public awareness. Strong enforcement mechanisms are essential, and also public education campaign promote eco-friendly transportation choice.
Conclusion: vehicle air pollution in urban areas has serious impact on human health and the environment. Pollutants like PM 2.5, NO2, and CO can cause respiratory and cardiovascular disease, especially among vulnerable groups such as children and elderly. To tackle this issue, we need to promote public and active transport, enhance air quality monitoring, and implement greener urban planning. With cooperation from all stakeholders, we can reduce pollution and improve urban living conditions.